People don't know how to cook. They don't have time to cook. They no longer do these things for their body to be fresh, to have good, fresh food. My name is Monica Chaveniak, and I'm a creator of Chow Down Vietnam. Chow Down is about how food grows, so people need to know how is rice made, how does that go, how come we have this big bowl of rice every day and we really don't know what's in it and what it is. We just consider it as rice, but it's so much to produce this bowl of rice. We need to be a lot more interested in what we're putting into our mouths. My grandmother instilled in me the art of being passionate about food, how to have a fresh food every day, going twice a day to the market, and I think this is what's happening to me here, because I go back into those times when I go to the market here, I can garden, I can talk about vegetables and really enjoy the food. So I created Fearless Cooking. Come on. Fresh noodles, made this morning. Fantastic. Beautiful. I came to Hoi An in 2010. I immediately fell in love with it and wanted to come back. I was only 5 weeks in Vietnam and I needed to come back. The idea of Fearless came actually because I saw a family member of mine chopping up cabbage and throwing half of it in the garbage. Food waste is where it's really at with me. I can use everything up. I can create a meal out of 5 things, 3 things, it doesn't matter. And that's what I'm trying to teach, and that's where Fearless came in. I want to teach people about these simple things, that what you can do. And through Chow Down, I have realized that people more and more are afraid to do that. So in Fearless Cooking, I'll take you from how to chop an onion to actually creating a meal. That is satisfying, that is fresh, and that you realize what's in your food. I grew up in my parents' restaurants and nightclubs, and they had a conglomerate of interesting and very exciting businesses. And I was 4 years old when I was serving my first cappuccino in our restaurant, and was very proud of it. I went to hotel training school in Austria for several years, and during that time you had to work for hotels in Austria. You could not leave, and in order for it to look really, really good, you had to go to 5-star hotels. So being hired by 5-star hotels was a great honor. I had a wonderful experience. In my first, I was 15 years old, and I was one of 250 male chefs. I think there were 2 dishwashers in that area that were women, but this is it, I was it. So I got all the crappy jobs that you can possibly think of. But the amount that I learned in the first 6 months was absolutely amazing. It was unbelievable. I didn't really like cooking at the time. But when I walked away from my first job there, it was, I need to do more of that. I totally did. Fearless Cooking at Chow Down is for everybody. Anybody can come. We can teach smaller people. We can teach older people. We can go bike riding. We are going to explore all kinds of foods, all kinds of venues. We're traveling part of it, and you're just going to have an absolutely fantastic time. My philosophy is to serve fresh food as much as I can. Use fresh ingredients and stay away from cans and prepared product. We teach you how to take a chicken apart and use every part of the chicken, what to do with every part. So your food cost is going to go down in your household, because we're not going to waste anything. And that's what I was taught here in Vietnam. I really learned a lot here. I'm continuously learning here. But I also teach Vietnamese. Of course, we are in Vietnam. I will teach you the basics, but I also will teach you a few Vietnamese dishes. And then we'll take it further. We're making salad dressings together. We're making chili sauces. All kinds of little nitbits you're going to learn about when you join my Fearless Cooking class in Vietnam. My philosophy is quite simple. It has to be fresh. It has to be from today. And it has to be done with love. If we don't cook with love, it's not going to taste right. If we're not going to feel it, if not going to feel the ingredients, once you really know how to become super fearless, you can create anything. One of the things in my Fearless Cooking class, you will not get any recipe. I would like you to learn it yourself. I would like you to start feeling what salt and pepper does, what herbs are doing. So if you just stick with those simple techniques, you will create. You'll be able to create. And if you know a few tricks and tips from professional chefs, there you go. You'll go away with knowing those facts.
I learned not to be scared of ingredients, try new things, and excited to try them at home.
Inspiring,
Challenging, confidence building,
fearless,
Entertaining.
Fucking fantastic.
inspirational, creative, and fun.
You're doing it so seriously.
if you have the opportunity, take it.
The philosophy about using everything,
Sharing a cooking station with my daughter.
shopping local and staying out of the grocery stores. Yeah, I really like that idea. Do it. Come to Vietnam. You won't regret it.
In a heartbeat.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you're gonna go on vacation to a beautiful place like this, why not throw a few days of cooking lessons in? And the setting is amazing, and you definitely learn a lot.
Definitely memories we'll never forget.